So today what we're doing is we're getting pregnancy diagnosis on the cows, as well as body condition scores and body weights. And so we're interested in a variety of production aspects, including how is the different nutrient environments. So range is a more nutrient limited environment than the irrigated system. And so we're trying to determine, is there an effect on pregnancy rates, body weights, growth rates of calves? Those are kind of some of the comparisons we're doing. And we're also interested in fetal programming. We're interested in these calves that are born from these dams that have been nutrient limited during the first and second trimester of gestation. Is there any long-term lifetime effects on those cattle? Originally, when we started the project, the whole herd was on irrigated ground. We split the herd in half and did that based on body weight, age, and productivity of the cows. And then once the cows were assigned to Rock Creek and being on a range system, they stay in a range system their entire life. And all the replacement heifers come from heifers that were born to cows that are from Rock Creek. Well, there's two different reasons why it's important and unique. The first one is at the Nancy Cummings Center, where is the irrigated system. At that location, it did not really reflect the normal management systems that are used by cow-calf producers in Idaho. So having the range component was key for us to being relevant to the producers of Idaho. The second thing is having that ability to compare the two systems creates a unique situation where there's very few other universities in the US that can have these kind of comparisons with animals of similar genetics and that have been bred through artificial insemination to the same sires. One of the aspects of our research that we're looking at is trying to find positive and negative parts of systems. So where there might be some advantages to change management in order to either get a better grazing system established or maybe better cattle performance. So one example of something that's happened already is we found that calves coming off the range are about 40 to 50 pounds lighter than calves on the irrigated system. And what that means for producers is there's an opportunity to, if they keep those calves for another 60 days after weaning, to gain some of that weight back and capture some of that value that they may have lost otherwise. Well, I hope in the long run what comes out of this research is some management options that producers may want to have, and also that to be able to be looked at by maybe agency personnel when they're talking about adding some flexibility to grazing systems and grazing management. I think one of the biggest values for me is the fact that we've got a unique system where we have a lot of control over and being able to collect data, which if we were just out on someone's private ranch, we wouldn't be able to get the cattle in as much as we do to collect some of the data that we have. We are not going to be able to do some of the long-term monitoring aspects that we would like to do. And so that makes Rock Creek unique.